Hela governorship headed back to court. PNGDF to get tough on indiscipline. And PNG fashion designers to show talent.
This is National EMTV News with Hope Imaka.
Good evening and thank you for joining me for Sunday's news. The Defence Force will continue to take tough actions against soldiers who disobey orders from their superiors. PNGDF Commander Gilbert Toropo made this comment following the conviction of 13 senior soldiers who were found guilty of mutiny. The verdict on their sentencing will be handed down this Thursday.
Commander Toropo made this comment when highlighting the ways forward for PNGDF. PNGDF is shaping to improve and maintain discipline in the force. Its comments follow an increase in the reported ill-disciplinary actions by soldiers, particularly those that were charged for mutiny. These 13 soldiers were charged after they refused to abort an operation in Hela following orders from their superiors in Port Moresby. They were found guilty on the 1st of May by the military court. Because of the seriousness of the case, Commander Toropo said the force will not tolerate such behaviors. Apart from the mutiny case, 6 other soldiers are facing a murder charge at the Waigani Committal Court. Police alleged that the 6 soldiers assaulted and killed a student in 2015. With these cases before the committal and military courts, Commander Toropo said similar actions will be taken against soldiers who breach the Defence Force Act. Takla Gunga, National EMTV News.
The election and announcement of the new Hela governor will be contested in court. Koma Magarima MP Francis Potape made this statement today. Potape rejected the decision announced on Friday by Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Sir Leo Dion, ruling Philip Undialu as Hela governor.
Arriving in Port Moresby today, Koroba Lake Kopiago MP Philip Undialu held a news conference to welcome the decision by Deputy Prime Minister Sir Leo Dion.
Deputy Prime Minister and his department for arriving at the decision that I should assume the governor for the remainder of the term.
Undialu maintained that his election was legal and rival MP Francis Potape should accept the decision. However, that is not the will the Koma Magarima MP is taking. He has announced his intention to bring the matter to court.
My faction will go to court tomorrow, and we will ask the court to restrain Mr. Undialu, and in the interim, I will work as the governor, because I am duly elected. I am duly elected under the duly due process.
MP Potape rejected the decision by Minister for Provincial Government Affairs, describing it as a cooked-up process. Both leaders have called on people in Hela to remain calm and are optimistic to solve outstanding issues of Hela, including the 4.27 equity, LNG benefits and projects outlined by the national government.
I am appealing to the landowners not to do anything. Not to do anything because the province is experiencing an impasse and the country itself is also going through crisis.
Let me appeal to the landowners instigating problem back home there. We have a responsible government. I am working closely with the Prime Minister.
MP Potape will be filing court papers tomorrow at the Waigani National Court to challenge the decision of Undialu's declaration and the processes taken by the Hela House of Assembly on July the 5th. Jack Lapave Jr. National EMTV News.
For 9 years, one school in Western Highlands Province has been in operation without road access. Rulna Primary School in Dade District is a few kilometers from Mount Targan City. However, it has been isolated after a landslide more than a decade ago, cutting it off from the rest of Western Highlands. Despite this, a handful of young teachers, led by a determined head teacher, have been continuing educating students.
It started 9 years ago from scratch, as head teacher Paul Konga puts it. The school has graduated close to 100 grade 8 students since 2013. There is no road linking Rulna and Mount Hagen. However, the people here, including students, have been single-minded about education, that all building materials for the school were transported on foot. Paul says his dream to educate the younger ones started after he finished from Rulna more than a decade ago.
First, grade 6 we went out. Then the following year, teachers didn't want to come. So there, the school just left like this, and then the school ceased operation up until 2007.
The school is the only service around this area apart from the health center. Both institutions serve a population of more than 6,000 people and are part of the Catholic Agency. Caspar Pengi is one of the 4 councillors of Kotna LLG and has been instrumental in building these facilities with the help of his community members.
Since 1994, I'm road bin bagrap. Na namelong display here, planti blong all pigni blong mipla all in school. Melukim all Narpla provinces. I'm education and life so all pigni kolo school. Na all school. All in line future blong all make him a meeting in back long all pigni blong me, want them community blong me. We got big problems, so since 2008, only been mandating me or some councillor. Now, me been talk one the people blow me. Now, me blow prayer. Now, like Blong God and Papa God and Salim Paul, he come, sat him at Master Borona Primary School. Now, been starting this school, Borona Primary School, in 2007.
After the landslide 2 decades ago, there have not been any attempts by the government to build a new road, but the people say this has not discouraged them from supporting the operation of existing services. Michelle Amba, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Nationally owned business Corey Holdings Limited has added a modern fuel injector pump to its operation. The calibration fuel injector pump is the first and only in the country. Corey Holdings Managing Director Michael Corey says it is time PNG tap into modern technology and encourage the growth of businesses owned by locals.
The calibration fuel injector pump was purchased recently in China and is now in operation at the POM fuel injection repair shop near Boroko. The new machine is operated with a computerized software. Following the growth in trucking businesses and in the construction sector, owner Michael Corey says it will help businesses.
The latest one, I bought it just recently, and Papua New Guinea will benefit the big time because of they don't have this machine in the country.
Corey Holdings began from humble beginnings as a security firm but is now venturing into fuel pump calibration. The electronic mechanics of this new machine is 10 times more effective in repairing fuel pump injectors.
The most latest vehicle, we have them in the country. The people really, they need this machine, so I have to order. I have no choice. I'm in this business, I have to order this machine, so.
Mechanical engineer Amando, while explaining the basic features of the pump, says the modern trend of machines, mainly heavy-duty trucks and cars, can be overhauled with this modern pump injector.
We can calibrate mostly the pump for Bosch, Denso, Siemens, Delphi, and some of the Caterpillar fuel injection pump.
Local staff have been trained for 2 weeks in China to operate the pump. The calibration fuel injector pump is now in operation at Corey's headquarters. Jack Lapave Jr., National EMTV News.
You're with National EMTV News. Churches in New Ireland pledge continued support to government and PNG Fashion Week launched. Don't go away. Welcome back to the news. New Ireland provincial government will continue to provide funding to churches for delivery of services. New Ireland Governor Sir Julius Chan said the United Church has been helping hand where the government failed to provide. A sum of 800,000 kina is provided to the United Church Synod in New Ireland every year.
Christianity has always been part of New Ireland province. The Roman Catholic Church, United Church, Seventh-day Adventist and other Pentecostal churches have all centered the word of God around the province. In a recent United Church opening on the west coast of Namatanai, Governor Sir Julius Chan told believers the critical work of churches have been the supporting hand of government.
Way all is spending this money and we fill him or get the way government reach him out to the people.
In New Island, United Church receives the largest slice of funding annually with 800,000 kina, 100,000 kina to the Catholic Church, Seventh-day Adventist 50,000, including other Pentecostal churches. Governor Chen says the continuous funding will also pave the way for churches to be autonomous.
We got big flow workers in government. They must run in United Church, the administration, they build them up, not the United Church don't run him yet, to become autonomous part of the New Island government.
Education and health services have been the two sectors most churches partner with the government to provide.
A lot of churches having their programs being realized because government and we come inside and support them. That's for a program belong our church inside our province. So thank you, Governor.
New Island Bishop Reverend Salo Taram says funding is crucial as other churches are also growing in the province. Jack Lapave Jr., National MTV News.
PNG's fashion industry is set to see designers showcase their talents for the inaugural PNG Fashion Week 2016 that will take place in Port Moresby. The idea of the inaugural fashion show is to incorporate tribal and ethnic-inspired traditional designs with contemporary fashion. Launching the event this week, PNG Fashion Week Director Janet Sios says proceeds from this special event will go towards 2 charitable foundations.
PNG's fashion industry has not been given much prominence. However, the PNG Fashion Week has seen the need to promote local designers who have created a brand for themselves. The PNG Fashion Week is a platform to feature local designers and to establish their brand names to be recognized in the local and international market.
Talking to government people and whoever else I can grab in terms of, like, let's look at some real sustainable way of designing and helping them.
The Fashion Week will include a 3-day workshop from August 17th to 19th covering SME topics such as online marketing, youth empowerment and linking indigenous fashion with tourism. This will be a lead-up to a runway show that will feature 7 local up-and-coming designers and 1 international designer from New Zealand, Bo Fanua.
It's a lot of money to make things happen, so we need a platform, we need a place where we can sell our stuff and also be recognized and also to promote Papua New Guinea.
The event will also include guest designers from the Fijian Fashion Week, Managing Director Ellen Whippy and Pacific Runway Fashion Director Phailepu Penny. Merlin Diaukatam, National MTV News.
The Port Moresby Nature Park has recreated one of its facilities with the launching of the new-look cafe this week. The cafe, under its new management local company Fab Catering, has promised to deliver fresh and healthy food to promote healthy eating habits for visitors. The cafe is part of the park's attraction for families living in NCD. Nature Park Finance Manager Lynette Simbel says the launching of the cafe is part of the master plan for the park.
Been running for about 9 months here in Port Moresby. It's a PNG owned company. We source all of our products locally when we can and where we can. We've designed all of our menus around locally sourced products to keep our prices down and of course to keep it fresh as well. Our core value is eat well, so we like to promote healthy food and hopefully bring down the rate of diabetes, which is so prevalent in PNG at the moment.
It will provide an opportunity for families to come out more often and be able to take in the scenery as well, because we don't think there's anywhere like the park, nature park here in Port Moresby, where families can come, sit down at the cafe, have a meal, and also be able to venture into the park as well and be close to the environment.
You're with Sunday's news. We have a wrap of day one of competition at the Olympics in Rio and more. Stay tuned.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The SP PNG Hunters are back at the top of the ladder in the Intra Super Cup after defeating current champions Burleigh Bears at the National Football Stadium today. The Hunters took the lead with an extra 10 points in today's round 22 match, winning 30 points to 20. The Hunters will play the next match offshore against the Townsville Blackhawks on Saturday, the 13th of August at the Jack Manskey Oval in Townsville, Australia. The PNG High Performance Centre of Excellence will be establishing its New Guinea Island Centre in Kimbe, West New Britain. This is a measure HPCE is taking to make such sporting facilities accessible to athletes from other provinces.
Since the establishment of HPCE to expand its facilities in Lae, Director of High Performance Centre of Excellence Aaron Alsop has seen the need to establish high-performance sports centres in all 4 regions. New Guinea Islands will be the next project to fall into establishment so that athletes around the country can have access to high-standard facilities that can cater to their needs, especially when it comes to training our elite athletes wherever they may be around the country.
Obviously, the big talking point with the PNG Games this year is the amazing infrastructure that's being built up there in Kimbe Town, and for us, we identify that potentially is a very good base. Provided that obviously our management is very interested in that area. The provincial government, we haven't obviously finalised discussions with them yet, but leading into the PNG Games,
He added building such facilities around the country will help boost the interest of sports in the country as well as motivating young and upcoming athletes of tomorrow.
The model of what we're doing is that we want to have a high-performance regional centre of excellence in all 4 regions. We know that there's existing infrastructure in Goroka, so there's some discussions about what services and support we're able to provide the Highlands.
The aim of the project is to make all 4 regions a sporting hub of excellence so that all athletes can have the opportunity to be somebody who can represent PNG one day. Godwin Eki, National EMTV Sports.
Between October and November of last year, Minister for Sports Justin Chichenko promised to help fund a new high-performance sports centre with assistance from the government. Yesterday, in an interview with EMTV, Director of the High Performance Centre of Excellence said he was informed and aware of the funding for the new facility, saying actions speak louder than words. Godwin Eki reports.
The development of athletes training towards the recent Pacific Games established a stronger focus on athletes. Athletes were given the opportunity to train on home soil through the High Performance Centre of Excellence. After the Pacific Games, athletes and the HPCE management were asked to use the 2015 Pacific Games facilities temporarily while they waited for the new High Performance Centre of Excellence to be built. In a recent interview, Sports Minister Justin Chichenko said funds of 30 million kina was made available, designs have been approved, but what's delaying the progress is that a suitable contractor was yet to be found and that the project was on tender for interested companies to apply for.
High Performance Centre is the final design has been done. It will go out to tender. Funding has been sourced. The rough estimate of this brand new facility is 30 million kina. It will be built in the Sejongai Stadium sports precinct, so it's close to all the facilities that are currently existing, and it will have all the gymnasium equipment, the pools, the physios, everything that a high performance centre needs.
Meanwhile, Director of the PNG High Performance Centre of Excellence, Aaron Alsop, in an interview yesterday, told EMTV that HPCE was promised a new facility, but in the meantime, athletes and management were asked to use the aquatic centre.
Right now, we're in temporary facilities here at the Tarama Aquatic Indoor Centre. They've been excellent in being able to accommodate us, but it's not conducive to a high-performance environment. So there was some preliminary discussions. We've had some temporary design discussions as well about what that should look like.
While waiting for the new HPCE building, which will be built at the Sejonggai Sporting Precinct, athletes, coaches and sporting associations are asked to use the facilities at the Tarama Aquatic and Indoor Sports Centre. Godwin Eki, National MTV Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. Up next, the weather details for the next 24 hours.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Your weather forecast for tonight and tomorrow. In the southern region, cloudy periods for all centers except Popondetta, experiencing some rain with thunderstorms. And that's been the news, sports and weather this Sunday, the 7th of August 2016. Have a pleasant working week. Good night.